Bookmark the page, now we flipping the script, taking a detour. Let the convo drift. Keri and Rich with a mental stretch, talking about whatever, ain't no catch. From deep dives to random flips, brain snacks served with some unscripted tips. It's not the book, but the break's legit. Catching that vibe, just a little side hit. Just a little side hit.
That last bit, that it's syncopated, and I love that offbeat focus. It just most of the time you don't get it, and I don't know. Thank you, AI. You did that really cool. I liked it. Anyway,
AI making music I couldn't make myself. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's our disclosure that yes, our intro is AI created and sang, but it is about us, and the ideas came from us. So, we're just using a tool, and you do know about it. I am not AI, and neither is my partner Keri. We are very real. We can talk and think autonomously. I know that's going to blow your mind.
Some days.
Stephen Sheets, hello, good evening.
Hello,
Thank
Stephen.
You for stopping by.
Welcome. This is the kind of we're gonna go with freestyle day more than anything. I think I wasn't in the mood to be structured, and I don't know. It's a full moon. I'm getting like this weird echo. Can't fix the technology. We're just gonna push through. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fine. We're gonna just talk about random shit and things, and maybe something will evolve out of it. But for now, we're here. We're doing the thing. It's a full moon in Aries today, which is a fiery full moon. I think it is even a super moon. I don't know. I can't keep track of the nuances, but I do know that it's a fiery full moon.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Taurus, so it really doesn't mean anything for me.
It does. It means Aries, something. But no, because it's a vibe. It's a vibe, and everybody is affected by a vibe. Worldwide. So it doesn't mean anything to you in a specific sense, but it is like a collective feeling. Collectively, we are a little bit more fiery under an Aries full moon. Just like we are collectively affected by the fact that Pluto is becoming stable, and we are now in the age of Aquarius, and it is the downfall
of the
age of Aquarius.
Couldn't do it. I couldn't help it. I had to do it.
It's hard. I was singing it in my head already. The fact of the matter is like the age of the Aquarius is all about the shifting from institutions to personal sovereignty and the rise of technology. And I mean, AI is pretty much, just speaking of AI, to kind of tap back there, it has kind of proven, because that was when Pluto was coming in and out of being direct with our Earth. And that was when AI really started to boom. And then, it kind of would drop out again and then come back in. So we've been in this kind of liminal space of in between Pisces and Aries in our collective, which affects everybody's charts individually differently, but the general vibe. And you think full moon, I don't know. Hey,
I was gonna say hi, Brenda.
That's my mom.
It is a super moon. Oh, hi, Mom.
Start talking about the moons and things, and my mom, for the first time, even though she's been a loyal watcher, she jumps in the chat.
For watching. Thank you so much for watching. I haven't driven her away yet.
So. Yes, welcome my mama, Brenda Bawa.
Oh, full disclosure, I am stoned because of things, body.
A little bit more pain today.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, like I told you in that message, it's been a week. In all ways. Hello, Robbie. As the beavers are flying. Beavers
Oh,
are good. Have you read about how good beavers are for the environment in places they put them back into where they were nearly hunted out? And they brought back not only the woodland areas and grasslands and everything else, but also, strangely, groundwater supply, because they dam up the water at the surface. So instead of it just running off into the local river, it soaks further into the ground. Isn't that amazing? Who'd have thought that nature could do that?
that's a big
Sorry.
fan of beavers around here. We're a big fan.
Yep. I like
Abby
to
is
point
also
that
here.
out.
Look at we
Ah,
got
yes, Abby is
my
here.
whole family in the chat today.
Hello, yeah, it's
We
so
got the
fun.
family. Hi,
Yep.
family.
Now, are all these folks in the rock hounding thing as well?
Yeah, they
Yeah?
are. I've been
What is that
a
called again? I'm sorry, I just looked at it today and I can't remember
rock.
the name of it.
Rocks and Roots. It's where
Yes,
I
there it
have
is.
to work on a pay system. We haven't gotten our business. It's like a whole like I've been
Oh
slacking.
yeah, it's nothing
what
can
it
be
comes down to.
easy. Yeah, nothing can be easy. Right.
We got to either like put the PayPal under somebody's social, or we have to get a business license. And I just have been slacking on both. Just
Yep.
lifing.
Yep,
Just
that's what
lifing.
my
So
friend
there's my
faced.
disclosure. Sorry, Mom.
Yep.
And Abby found some rocks today. Yeah, we went down and we
Cool.
walked the dogs. Let's see, what did we do today? We went and we played a game of pool, and we made some
Oh, I miss
Halloween
playing pool.
decorations.
Although I
And
couldn't do it.
now I'm here. Now I'm here.
Ah,
That was our day.
nice.
I heard you. Okay,
Nice.
so you had teased me a little bit backstage
Yeah.
about
Oh
a
yeah.
job
I
interview.
love to tease you. And I'm
You
sorry.
do.
What were we talking about?
Job interview, sir. Tell me
Oh,
about that.
my job interview. Yeah. I thought the subject matter was going to change in a different way.
Nope.
She knows I'm joking, folks. But I had a job interview today, and not just a job interview, but a really good job interview. I was interviewed by a general manager who was overseeing 3 stores, who was looking for someone to be a 4th key, semi in charge, but the culture of their company has nothing to do with authority as that. I'm just a guy that's going to close the store and lock the door. That's what the 4th key means in this case. So anyway, what came from that is we talked quite at length. It was supposed to be a 15-minute interview, and we went nearly 35 minutes.
Oh, that's always a good sign.
And at the end of the interview, he told me, full disclosure, I have 3 more interviews scheduled to do. You are currently at the top of the list. I thought that was probably one of the most encouraging things I've ever heard of late. I've been looking for a job for almost a year, and I thought it was going to be easy to break into the cannabis industry. I thought, they're just a bunch of stoners like me. How hard can this be to get in the door? Let me tell you, this is a serious career. It's not just about the perks that come along with it, although that's great. But the people that are coming into this industry are looking at it as a life career choice, and I'm impressed by that. I underestimated this. And I'm very excited about the possibilities with this company after sitting with this gentleman today.
Well, and props to you too for not giving up on what you wanted, where you wanted to work.
Mm-hmm.
And putting up with it for a whole year.
Yeah.
And
it's been hard. It's been a hit to my and I literally talked about this with him in the interview. That it's been a hit to my ego, because I would, before in the automotive industry, with all my experience, I pretty much was walk in. You need somebody? All right, show me how to run your POS and how to close the store. I got this. The rest of it is the same. And I thought it was going to be that way here, but it's not. It's still retail. It's still customer service. And that part I got down. But my arrogance had to get knocked back down to the bottom of the rungs again.
But also, they're looking for reliable, mature people to be able to handle it.
That is exactly what he said during the interview at the question stage.
Yeah. I mean, and you kind of fit that bar of like somebody who has held responsibility in that manner before. And they can't fuck around with their end of day clothes.
No. And he is he's middle-aged. I think he's probably in his late 40s, if I were to guess. I didn't ask, didn't come up. late 40s, maybe 50 at the most. I do know he's got 6 kids, so he's a busy boy. But
Oof, that's just the
it,
thought of it.
right. But his style and my style work together. We started talking in terms of retail abbreviations right away.
Oh,
We
good.
just fell into it of just common. If you do retail and you open closed stores, you kind of know what you're looking for and how incentive programs work and how kickbacks work and spiff programs. And it was a very good interview. I am very, very hopeful. And he also said that he would definitely consider me for a more entry-level position, because technically a fourth key is a little bit more advanced position.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a management. It's a management. It's lower tier management.
Low tier management. But
still management.
He said he would definitely keep me in consideration as he oversees 3 stores. And
the turnover rate has got to be relatively steady.
It is still a retail job, and it is a young oriented retail job.
People
kids'
move, people go to college, kids' lives change. Yeah, for sure.
So it's high turnover. So I'm excited. This is the most promising interview I have had to date, and I am very, very excited about it.
Well,
that part of my week.
Crossed. When do you get to hear back? Do you know?
By the end of the week. He said Friday or Saturday he will have had finished interviews and made his decisions. And I like being told that I'm at the top of the list with only 3 interviews to go. That doesn't mean he's not going to find a better candidate for me.
I'm going to put that back up on the screen because Abby says, hell yeah, that sounds so exciting.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you. That is that. So that's where I'm at right now in the upswing side. I have other good news. My ups have been much, 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 much higher this week than my downswings.
Well, tell me more. What else has been going on?
Well,
let's celebrate with Richard for a minute. Yeah.
Let's stay with the positives. So last week when I was house sitting, I happened to go on to my local town Buy Nothing group on Facebook, which is people just giving stuff away. Sometimes you find things you need or want or whatever, and you just say, hey, I'd like to be considered. This would work for me for blah, blah reason. Or you just say, I'd like this thing. You don't have to put a reason in there. And then they'll choose somebody or whatever happens, and you might end up with it. Well, I went on there, and up on there for about the last hour had been a Traeger smoker. A large Traeger smoker. And nobody had nobody commented on it yet. So I immediately said, well, hey, I'm interested in the Traeger. It didn't work. That was one of the deals, is they had put a new auger motor on it that feeds the pellets to the firebox, and the motor didn't fix the problem. So they just said, look, that's beyond us. We're not going to go any further. We're just throwing the towel in. So I cleaned out the tube of the auger, which was clogged with sawdust and pellets, and then reconnected their auger motor that they had just purchased and installed in there, and it works perfectly. I ran it through a hot test yesterday. Literally got a free Traeger.
As an owner of a pellet stove, cleaning out the tube is integral to the working.
Absolute. And they just didn't know.
Yeah.
They just didn't know. The problem, it may not have even been the auger motor in the first place.
Or they burnt it out trying to push it through.
Or they burnt out trying to push it through. Yeah. Yes.
Robbie is tired, but it seems successful after a diet, and he lost 10 pounds, but he's also been working on a car for 3 hours yesterday. So I just want to cover that. Richard bites off a piece of the pot needle career-wise. And my family is literally filling the chat. So there's our non-AI chat summary of the show so far.
Yes. Robbie is our anti-AI to make up for the AI that we do use. So there you go. And he is also a very good friend of the channel. And if you get a chance to check out his music, it's worth checking out.
He threw a link in the chat there of one of his country songs.
That's one of his. That's always going to be his latest. He does new song every day.
Every day.
So anyway, I recommend. I have not gone and listened to this one yet, so I will be doing that. He sent it to me this morning, but it's been a busy day.
See, I have you. I might pull this up. We might, you know what? It's a full moon and it's a super moon, according to mom. And, Abby had kind of mentioned something about how I don't really talk about some of the woo woo stuff that I'm into. And since you
And
had
I'm
such
into some of that woo-woo stuff too. So
yeah, yeah.
it doesn't hurt to talk about that. And folks, if you don't buy into it, you don't like it, that's okay. We don't care. We're not here trying to change your mind. We're just talking about shit. Literally. That's what we're doing here.
Well, I do want to pull up. I pulled up your human design chart because you are a projector, and I seem to be running into projectors, and especially 6'2" projectors a lot lately. Let me see if I can share my screen.
I don't remember what the 6'2" meant. You told me that was a long thing, many things ago.
That was many things ago. At stage, so many things ago. This is what the chart looks like.
Yeah, that's me. That's not really what I look like, though. I'm much more handsome than that.
Oh, well, I mean,
just look.
It's yeah, sure.
Look, I'm trying to get somebody to notice me. Okay, this is my only outlet.
Notice me. You are a projector. I don't know. Can you see this? Is it? It's kind of small.
It's kind of small. It really is. Let's take us off the screen. We don't have to be there. They don't need to see us.
Okay, fair. We could do that.
There, see, that's much better. Much better. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're a projector type. Can you see my mouse? Does it show up? No.
No. Whatever it highlights shows up, but not the mouse itself.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Oh, I see it. Like over here. All right. So you're a projector type, which means that you wait for the invitation. And so the fact that you have got an invitation to interview to begin with, it makes sense to me. That's been hard for you to find a job because you really have to have like a vibe. People feel intimidated by your aura because it's a very piercing and focused aura. It's not like a sort of fuzzy, feel good, inviting aura that like a generator or manifesting generator will have.
I would agree with that.
You have a very piercing aura that people are just like, they're either into it or they're not. They're either here for it or they're not. So they just, based on vibes, it's going to be hard to get them to invite you to an interview. And then, you're just waiting for those invitations. When somebody invites you into something, you're going to have a good connection.
Right. Well, I immediately went and researched the company and found out about what their history was, what are they trying to do, how they blah, blah, blah. So, now I can see your mouse. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, you can see now? Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah. Anyway, technology.
Yeah, I know, right?
But anyway, continue, my projector, and I'm piercing.
Yep. So gate 30 or the gate of feelings. I don't have your chart unlocked like I have mine. So I'm just kind of winging it based on the basic things that I know. I'm going to close this. Let's go back to this chart. Okay. So you have a very connected root. It's part of your filled centers. If you look, this is a activated center. What do they call it? Defined center for you. This is a defined center for you. This is a defined center for you. And this is a defined center for you. Okay. By definition, that means that you have gates that have channels going to them. So see how those are connected?
Mm-hmm.
Connected by a channel. These are connected by channels.
Right. Okay.
There's a channel, then it's highlighted. Now, if you just have a gate coming off of it, it is undefined, but it's not considered open. You still have some definition because you have definition in these gates here.
Can't we look at the actual?
Just you'll have to use your imagination, Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie, come on. You got a good imagination. You're very artistic.
So just generally speaking, the things, this is where your knowing generally is going to be the most here. You're going to be the most connected consciously to these parts of who you are. So for instance, let's see if they'll give us a little bit. Your ajna center. I was hoping it would give us a little bit of
Oh, context or explanation?
Yeah, just because it's such a big system that sometimes I have a hard time keeping track of all the things. Maybe I can.
Right. Well,
Let
and
me
you're
see.
doing it on the fly too. That does.
I am.
help.
I am. And I don't have any of my papers pulled up or anything.
Of course not. Why would we be prepared? We never are.
Oh yeah. Let me just look at
that's
here.
kind of our trademark.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go. I pulled up in another thing. So when you have a defined ajna, as you do there, that green triangle pointing down, that means that a person has a consistent way of processing and organizing information, leading to reliable viewpoints and mental frameworks that they share with the world. In opposition, an undefined ajna is open to external mental energy and considers many perspectives. A defined ajna is more focused, generating clear opinions and insights through structured thought, often appearing somewhat closed-minded by sticking in one direction at a time. Appearing.
Yep.
Okay.
That fits me to a T.
Yep. Structured thinking, clear viewpoints, mental consistency, focus on certainty, potential for conviction. So if you are defined from your ajna to your throat, as you are, that's what that square one is. Ajna to the throat center is to make sense of these processed thoughts and ideas and communicate them through the throat center and to be brought into the world. While your defined ajna provides information, it is crucial that your decision comes from your inner authority. So your sacral, your splenic, or your emotional, not just your mind, in order to make sure you make the right choices for yourself. And that's where things get tricky, because you have a splenic.
Yeah, some of this is coming back to me now as you're talking about it.
It's coming back to you a little bit?
Yeah, little bit. I got a damn hangnail, though, and it's really driving me nuts. I'm trying to file it. And,
Squirrel.
It's brain, and I'm stoned. Full disclosure.
All right. So understanding a splenic, you are a splenic projector with a 6-2 profile. So projectors are natural advisors and leaders who are best recognized and engaged with when invited. So when you do get a job, it's going to be a great job for you. You're probably going to find great success in it because you have been invited into it.
Oh, that's encouraging.
Also, being a 6-2, you have a 3-phase life journey being a 6. So you start out as an experimenter, then you go into sort of an observational sort of hermit mode. And then what did you say your age was again?
I'm 61.
61. So you're entering into that life phase 3, which is 50 plus years. And then you kind of come off the roof where you are now able to share your accumulated wisdom, and people begin to recognize you for that accumulated wisdom. Okay. Which is why, maybe you had some solitary years and things where you spent a lot of time figuring things out. I'd say, somewhere between the ages of 50 or 30 to 50 were kind of like where you went, whoa, and kind of pulled back a little bit.
Oh boy. Yeah. Just about it. I think
I think this I've heard 40 to 60 more often than 30 to 50. So I'm going to go with 40 to 60 because that's
here I am at 61 and things are still changing at the speed of life.
Yeah, that's what they always do. That's the thing about life. Anyway, so your splenic descent center is going to be this center. I am pointing on the wrong thing. This right here is considered your splenic center. And that is open, which means you could have conditioning in this center, but this is really where you make a lot of your decisions from. So you have to make sure that when you're making a decision, especially like a gut decision or an intuition kind of geared decision, you want to be in a space that is by yourself so that you're not interrupted by other people's auras or thoughts, because because it's so open, you will take on other people's fears and it will affect your decision making. It'll affect your decision because you're not supposed to make decisions from your head. You're supposed to make decisions from your splenic center. Okay. But once you hear that little voice that says, do it, act on it because it's
Yeah.
probably very accurate. It's where your decisions come from, is that gut feeling. Let's see. You are designed to guide and advise. You have a highly defined intuitive center. You have to wait to be recognized, like I said. Sometimes you may struggle with balance between retreating into your own inner world and engaging with others to be a role model that you are destined to be. So those are things to kind of watch for.
Ah, nice. All right.
Oh, so that's just kind of a general overview of your human design. What else should I? So things of note that I want to. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up your left angle cross. You are a left angle cross and you are 2343. All right. So the left angle cross of dedication is kind of your life path. And so your left angle cross of dedication is through your gates 23 and 43, which is assimilation and insight. So look here.
Assimilation of.
This is right here. This is your 2343 right here. Assimilation and insight. Just in general.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm absorbing whatever is around me, whatever I'm looking for, interested in.
Yep. So gate 23 resides in your throat center. It represents assimilation. This gate epitomizes the process of integrating new ideas and information. It symbolizes the ability to break down complex concepts into digestible, understandable parts for the better comprehension. 43 is located in the Ajna center, and it symbolizes insight. This gate indicates capacity for intuitive understanding and fresh insights that can transform perceptions and world self. So the personal journey and the cross of dedication. Individuals with the left angle cross of dedication often find themselves on a journey to uncover truths, assimilate knowledge, and generate deep insights. They possess a strong commitment to their desires, even in the face of adversity. These individuals are often driven by a strong sense of purpose and dedication, focusing their energy and efforts on their commitments, and they feel a profound urge to deepen their understanding and consistently learn more about the world around them. The impact of the cross of dedication on society. In the broader social context, individuals carrying the cross of dedication can significantly contribute to social collective learning and evolution. Their desire to assimilate knowledge and to develop insights can lead to new perspectives, strategies, and technologies. Their strong commitment and their desires and their natural aptitude for breaking down and understanding complex concepts can inspire others to grow and contribute to collective growth. So to sum it up, the left angle cross of dedication represents the life theme of dedication, commitment, and a desire for profound understanding. So that's kind of your life journey through like going forward, like the stage at which you play on.
Mm-hmm.
The projector is going to be kind of the costume that you wear. Well,
but it's not a costume in the sense of a disguise.
No, I was just if we were going to think of it just in an analogy, the projector is kind of like the way you interact with the other characters. And like your 6'2" profile is going to be like how you see yourself, the way you costume yourself, and how other people perceive that costume, like the clothes you wear, not like not like putting on a mask.
Yeah.
Sort of playing a character. And then let's see, that projector and the stage is like the play that you're in is going to be the your cross of dedication. So everybody's going to have a different sort of combination of what those things are. And then it gets more detailed as you start to look at your different gates and stuff. Like that.
I equate this a lot to like vocal in music. You find your sweet spot in your range, which is from easy to the to where you first begin to strain or break, and then excuse me, you count down 7 from where that happens. It doesn't matter where you started. You count down 7 half steps to that note, and then you count 7 up, and that's your range. I'll make the point. I promise. I'll make.
No, I'm here for it.
Anyway, so that's your golden range. There's a lot of different names for it, but it doesn't really matter. That's you practice your humming and your smiling and all that, trying to get those to be the best. It's a very, very common and easy way to affect your range. This would equate to that in that these connections are the degree to which I am in tune with my surroundings, my people, my job, my function, my purpose, my direction, yada, 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 the same way. So that's how I'm seeing in my brain. I'm seeing it like music.
Yeah. That's a great analogy. And then like each gate and each center, mostly your gates, like working together. Each gate has like its shadow aspect, its gift aspect, and its sort of enlightened aspects. And just because it's not like a staircase where you like start in your shadow work and you work your way up to being like enlightened. It's more of a nesting doll. So everybody kind of has like, you always carry with you your shadow work, and then you kind of wrap your gift around that and wrap your enlightenment around that. And by enlightenment, I just mean like a gift of ease and observation and being able to kind of see your patterns and work with your shadow in all aspects. That's kind of what enlightenment means. It's not like you've ascended, you know.
No, we can't talk about pew pews here. The hole punchers are especially the automatic cordless ones. Yeah, that'll get us banned on the Ugle tubes. So no, you can't at them. So I just edited that out for myself.
Good job. This is not target practice. No. All right. So when you get into the granular parts of these gates, and I have a book that talks all about the different gates and, you know, the symbols and all the other things. This is just a really high level look at what your personal human design chart looks like. Now, if we were,
which is when we started this, which is what I told you I probably was most interested in anyway, that the other stuff is not as important to me. I mean, I like going over it with you and being reminded of some of these things, but I'm never going to go to the levels that you have to see how the interactions work and what they mean. That's why I always have to ask you, okay, what is that for?
What's going on? Yeah. I was going to see if I could pull.
And I like the way you explain it. It's very layman-ish. Not in a dumbed down way, but in an understandable way.
So if you look at my chart, let me see. I can add that back to the stage. Mine looks a little different from yours, correct?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any definition here. I've got lots of definition here, and I've got this defined. And I'm just a little bit different in the sense of I am a manifesting generator, which means that like my strategy is to respond as opposed to waiting to be invited. My authority is in my solar plexus, which means I am an emotional. We both share a 2 in our profile, but my 2 is in my conscious as opposed to my unconscious, whereas yours is in your unconscious. So the 2 in a profile line means you're kind of a natural. They call it a natural or a dancer, or a hermit.
Okay.
or some of the terms that they use depending on what human design practitioner you're kind of listening to. But the natural means things just kind of come naturally to you, but you do tend to withdraw, and people have to call you out and be like, you need to share that thing that you're so natural at doing. And then you have to listen to your inner authority, whether, for you, it's going to be that sort of intuition, that small voice that just kind of says, okay, for me, I need to wait and kind of ride my emotional waves before I decide to do as they ask, which is to share whatever natural gift that they're asking you to share.
Okay,
And that's kind of how you find what works for you.
That makes sense.
And so that's kind of how charts will differ. Let's see. I think your chart was like, my strategy is to respond, and my not self theme is frustration. I believe yours is anger when you're not. And then peace, or maybe that's manifest. I don't remember what yours says now. Just scrolled away from it and it's gone. It's just gone.
It happens. It's like Facebook. Go past it or it refreshes, you're fucked. You're never going to find that post again.
And that's fine with Facebook. That's fine. It's okay. It's just fine.
I Facebook on the Buy Nothing group and list things on there and receive things from there clearly. But
Allie Patches is here. Hi,
hello,
Allie.
Allie. Hello.
So there are definitely ways that you can get really deep into that. I'm always really interested in just kind of seeing what everybody's energy types are, because it always explains to me like how people are how they react to things.
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense that you are in, reaction to certain things because of how your energy type is, or how I perceive them, their profile line. Well, I'm like, oh, I see why I'm perceiving you in this way, because, that's what's in your unconscious, and that's what's going to be more conscious to me. That's what I'm going to notice more about you, is whatever's in your unconscious is what other people are going to notice more. And then how you see yourself is going to be your more conscious. And sometimes those are at odds with each other. And so it's just interesting to me to look at people's charts and just kind of be like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. It helps me understand, but not necessarily in a way that puts people in a box like a Gemini, or, like it just feels a little bit more expansive.
Yeah. Once again, I don't follow too much anymore, but I used to, read horoscopes and see what the positions and things were, but I never got too deep into it. But the thing that always fascinated me in the beginning, back when I was younger, was that whenever I read anybody's description of my astrological sign of a Taurus, described exactly how I am and how I felt about myself. And it's like, so I can't deny that part when different sources are describing me in the same way. I can't ignore that.
And that's funny because I have Taurus in my rising, and we both have twos in our, and Taurus and the line number 2 share a lot of aspects. And human design really is like a refining of, I think, astrology. Astrology is somewhat, it's broad. I mean, it's not if you're really good at doing astrology, I guess, but and there's really talented like astrological readers that I think get to the same sort of minutia that human design gets to. I just like that it brings in several different sort of modalities between the astrology and the I Ching and the Cabal and like kind of quantum science, which I think is really interesting. And it really gets into like those.
Sounds like you. Yes.
I know, weird. Weird that I'd be drawn to something like that, right? But yeah, so and that's kind of what I love. And it's like all computerized too. Like I kind of love that you can't really sit down and figure out your chart without a computer system. Like you need the computations to be computer, which I think is really fitting to the time that it kind of came about and the time that it evolved out of. Like you need those sorts of computations to be able to do
Well,
it.
and I explore these things for my personal reason is to kind of see what life has to offer in different ways, in different things. I don't invalidate anything in that respect. But if I'm looking at it and I can't validate it, I'll dismiss it.
Yep. But you can validate a lot of that just by your past experience, which kind of gives you
absolutely
on how to go for it. And that is one of the things that I do love about astrology too, is like you can look at your past cycles and be like, oh, well, 7 years ago, where was I? 3 years ago when that planet was in transit, where was I? And it's the same goes for the gates and such. So, I mean, we all kind of cycle, and I like to think of it instead of like a dead end circle where you're just kind of going around a track. It's more of a spiral where you're kind of expanding as you go out, and you kind of see, you might have the same issues, if you will, but you're going to have a different perspective on them, kind of like a spiral staircase, right? You can look down and you can see your history.
You change daily. I am not the same person I was 6 months, a year, 10 years, 20, etc. I'm not the same person.
Which is, I mean, it's one of the basis of why we started this show too, right? Was because we wanted to be able to expand and learn and grow, and because we have some similar things that we have in common, and we like to kind of stretch ourselves. And so, like, I think stretching yourself based on like science is one thing, but also stretching yourselves when it comes to like belief in the unknown or the intangible is also an important part of what it means to be human. Just to kind of bring it around to the theme of our show, what does it mean to be human? What makes us alike and what makes us different? And where do we find the language or the terms or the modalities or the examples in which we can kind of express that? And human design is just a tool to kind of like use a different language to kind of pinpoint these ways in which we are similar and also different. And I think that the more humans try to kind of, I don't think there's any one way to do that properly. I think there's ways that speak to you in one way, you know what I mean? So it's and for me, it's like all the ways. What are all the ways that we can kind of be like, oh, this is what makes us similar, this is what makes us different? We all have the same brain, but it gives us these uniquely different minds based on how, we talked about this with in the Lisa Feldman Barrett series, right? It's like we all have the same brain, but it's a different mind that is a result of how that brain is shaped and molded and how our synapses fire. And we can achieve different results and we can achieve different things just by changing how we think about things. But also we have all these external influences that we have to kind of consider. And it's not just a matter of mind over matter, but there's spirit and there's all these things that kind of come into play as we move through our lives. So
even with identical twins, their minds are not identical. They have not had the same experience nor the same reaction to even the perception
of the perception of the experience is
so their minds they're identical in many other ways, and their thoughts may be similar. They'll be along the same veins when it comes to that kind of thing.
They'll be able to identify what the other person is thinking, but that doesn't mean that
the actual brain work and how they use their brain is completely different. That's been shown with the scanny, that show what part of your brain you're using when you're processing information.
Yeah, what lights up and what doesn't.
Yeah, what lights up and what doesn't.
We're glad to have met you too, Allie. I need to try to get over to one of Allie's streams. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been to one of your streams.
You should.
Allie Patches. Yeah, I just doing a lot away from my computer. Like I had to drag myself to the computer today. I was like, okay, schedule the live. Do the thing. With the stuff.
Like that. It happens. It's so I've had an incredible week that way. And then while taking apart and cleaning out the trigger, I tweaked the muscles in my low back on the right side. And I am in, like I went to the interview today and literally said, you are seeing me at one of my physical worsts. So this is how I would come to work on a bad back day, is exactly as you're seeing me now. And I just got that out of the way because it makes me uncomfortable in ways that I can't. I have to move certain ways or do things because otherwise I'll get a cramp. And I wasn't going to take a muscle relaxer on an interview day. No, thank you. I need to be sharp. And it was easier to be honest. And that's another lesson for me in the be honest. The truth is the best policy, whether it's an ugly.
Well, and he probably was like, most people wouldn't show up, and that says a lot about your work ethic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was an interviewer, I'd be like, oh, most people would have been like, I can't come today because I'm having a back thing. Can I get an interview day on a different day? You know, and that would be setting the precedent for how they were going to work. Like, I can't come to work. You know, so props to you.
And there's also a certain part of me that says that these other failed interviews and failed attempts and communication that didn't work, and that everything happens for a reason. And those may have been jobs that would have been adequate to monetarily make things work better for me, easier. But the jobs themselves wouldn't have been as satisfactory as perhaps what I will end up with here, because the culture here is really what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
It's my workplace is not, I spend more time with people socially and working with people at work than I do at any other point in my life. So it's very important to me how that time is used and the culture in which it's used. So if I go from store A to store B, customers are going to be different. Parts are in a different place. What's the store feel like?
Yeah.
How's the team work together? Is that what we try and do? That's the culture of the business. And when I asked that question, I think that's one of the things that really made him light up for that, was the fact that I was asking about the culture in the company, not just, well, can I get a better pay in 6 months? How does the review, that's not what I wanted to know. I want to know about the nuts and bolts. It shows I'm looking for a
vibe.
Yeah, and I want, it's a place I want to be.
Yeah, not just a job.
Not just a job, and that was important to me. But the back
sounds like it was important to him.
Yeah, the back thing has really thrown a wrench in my works. It's like I haven't cleaned my kitty boxes for 2 days. I feel so bad for the boys. I just bending over and scooping like that is, and I don't know if I can get on my knees either. I probably get down there, but I don't know about getting back up. This has really got me in a dire strait.
We need to fundraise so that you have a robo scooper, so that you can just have a robo scooper at your house, like regardless of what cat you have. You just one of those, just empty the thing.
That's so funny. Yep.
They make them, right? They make them, right?
Oh, they make all kinds of. They make ones that'll literally hook up to your toilet and pull the debris and flush and recycle the clean. It's not I'm going to call it crystals because that's what it looks like, but it's not. Yeah. It's the filter medium that works the water thing. So the poop goes out and that stuff stays in there and it gets clean. You don't have you just train the cat to go there. It's not even on top of the toilet. It's just a litter box next to it. If you got room for it, you never clean the litter box.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. Technology. I mean, I still scoop mine manually.
Well, I know because you rely on, whatever comes with the cat, right?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I do have my own litter boxes that I bought for this situation because with 2 cats, it's nice to have extra. And in this situation, it's a lifesaver because
they don't like each other.
The litter boxes themselves are large enough in capacity that they can handle a couple of days. I will have to do something about this tonight. Whether I do a partial or whatever I do I don't have a choice because they need a clean place to do their business.
Yes, they do. Well, we're coming up on the hour. Is there anything else you want to send our guests off with, or just tell them to enjoy the full moon and go write your intentions on a piece of paper and burn it tonight? Don't forget to put your moon water out. And off we go? Or...
Yeah. My moon water is I think I drank it last night, so I might have to see about getting some more.
Yeah, you're supposed to put it out in the full moon and then
I
drink it after.
But I was so that's what I was gonna do, but I was so thirsty. I had to drink it, so I'm gonna fill up another one, and then try and put that one out. But see, I'm more better prepared. Water and coffee.
Good job, you.
When I fill up the moon water container, it'll probably will stay full, or it has a better chance of staying full until the moon passes.
Yeah, don't forget to put it outside. Make your coffee.
Can't the phenomenals of the moon come through the solids right into everything? And
sure. Why not?
Yeah. Anyway, folks, that's your comic relief. We're just filling time. I got nothing else.
No, I got nothing else too.
So it's been an amazing.
I've been over here trying to like yawn, and yeah, we're launching our new menu this next week, so that's been kind of like.
Oh, so you've been pretty busy. Yeah, you've been pretty busy, both physically and mentally. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a whole thing where I have to remember just it's not all my responsibility, but I do have a big chunk of the responsibility. But also when I don't push and I just move through it the way that I know how to do it, it's a lot easier. When I start to force things, that's when things become stressful and overwhelming. And then I'm like, and then I have to remind myself it's going to be fine. And it's not all on me. And I can only do what I can do in the hours in which I'm allotted to them.
Fixing, helping.
Yeah.
If I felt like every problem I saw, I needed to assist, help, fix.
Nope, I just got to stay in my lane and focus on what it is that I need to do, and it all gets done. And it's like yesterday was a real lesson in that. I was real stressed out about the amount of tasks that I had, and things just kind of all came together, and I'm like well ahead of where I need to be in assisting with this menu change. So, and that's what I have to remind myself, is I'm just assisting with it, and I'm not doing it. Right. So that's where I am.
Keri, for being an amazing human being. That's one thing I'm thinking. I was going to make a suggestion about, we get the lolly-dabbing this, the lolly-dabbing that as we go through things in side quest. I think we should just come up with, and maybe some of our listeners out there would give us comments or throw it in the chat that we could look at to say, maybe we should call it lolly-dabbing through something permanently that describes what we're really trying to do here, which is just share our lives. We're not trying to give advice. We're not trying to fix anything. We're not trying to make anything better. We're not trying to convince
but we
you.
Are. But we are. It's low key.
It's a passive aggressive way. You choose not. It's
just putting
not
information
saying,
out there. Yeah.
Yes,
no, and
absolutely.
that's why we do the books and stuff. Is just to kind of bring to people's awareness, like the information that's out there. That's for them. Oh, speaking of books, I am reading a really good book. Well, listening on audio, a really good book right now. And it is called Project Hail Mary, and I was turned onto it by I don't know if you can see.
Nah, it's a little small. It looks blue and yellow and red, and he's sideways up down.
Well,
yeah,
backwards because I don't have my mirror on, but
right.
But
no, that's fine. You got it there.
A really, really great sci-fi book that I was turned on to by a coworker, and I've just been like, I'm not gonna lie, rushing through
Space Wars and big fire, the romance.
Not really.
What are we talking about?
No, it's a little bit more like he wakes up on a ship, but like because he'd been in a coma for, well, he finds out later 3 years. He kind of like has like his brain is waking back up again. He's having a hard time doing it. He's all by himself, and so he's like his memories and like the context clues on the shift. He's kind of figuring out like what he's doing there. Where first it was like where the fuck am I? And like just trying to figure it out.
I have to check that out. I will, and it's called Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's by Andy Weir, and the narrator is super good.
I think
just
I've heard that name. The author's dead sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's just I think he does a couple other books too, but it's read by Ray Porter, and it is just it's just super, super good.
Yeah.
And so I might be rushing through this show a little bit just so I can get back to the book.
No, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. We kind of had a great show, and a lot of topics were talked about. I think we got through a lot of things, and it is what it was supposed to be.
Mama's
Brenda says lollydabbing through life. That's
which is really what I mean. That's what our show is lollydabbing through life. So like we lollydab through side quests, we lollydab through books, we lollydab through this, we lollydab through that, we lollydab through life, which is really the initial concept. So we don't have to come up with it, Richard. It's already there.
yeah. And you know, lollydabbing is not a real word.
It's not. It's kind of like lolly. It's kind of like lollygagging.
Stolen from lollygagging. It is absolutely stolen from lollygagging.
It kind of reminds me of like dancing, like lollydabbing.
Yeah.
Dance
it's
trend,
really just supposed to describe a laid back, a laid back approach to existence, not
like a meander.
Lazy, not
just
lazy.
A meandering existence.
Not lazy, just an acceptance, and you move through and you check things, and because that's kind of the direction my life is taking. So it's exciting times. Thank you, Brenda, for being here. Allie, Robbie, who else was here? Good Lord.
Abby was here.
Abby was here.
Steven at the beginning.
Sheets. Yeah, Steven Sheets was out there. Man, thank you, everybody, for being here. It's been fantastic. Had a great time. Enjoyed the comments. Let's see. What's the last chat summary?
Oh, he had to go take a... Oh, let's see. He had to take a call. Something about me surfing, analyze his guts, and oh man! All right.
Well, that was Keep trying, Robbie. That one fell off a little bit.
A little bit towards the end there.
A little bit. But
hello to the replay crew. Thank you.
Yes,
Leave comments about what do you want us to talk about? What do you want to explore with us? Just let us know, and we're here for it.
Topics,
I think we'll come.
Books, yes, everything.
Yeah, whatever. We might, if we can. Oh, did you ever start reading Stealing Fire?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm kind of a focus one at a time, and I want to finish the current book, the Nye book that we're
the Near IL. Okay, well, let's get back to that one next week. We'll get back to that one next week. Hopefully
the next sections.
By next week, you'll have a job, and you'll be like, "Oh, now I have to really figure out how to focus." And so,
I'll probably be a closer, so that may affect the time of this in the long term. We'll see how that all works out. I don't know what my days would be. There's a whole lot more to go, but I'm very.
If we have to, we will pre-record and launch it as a preview, and just I can join in the chat.
You can join in the chat. Yeah, I would be willing to do that.
So we'll figure it out. Listen, we're just lollydabbing through life. We'll figure it out as we go.
Exactly. Thank you, everybody.
The night says hello with the soft glow. We took a ride on this talk show. Stories shared and secrets low. Time to linger, but we gotta go. Voices faded with the moon's call. Laughter echoed down the hall.
Don't forget, full moon is tonight. Go check it out, everybody.
Dolls, wrap it up and let it fall. Turn the volume down low, my friends. This chatter's come to an end. Till we gather again and again. Let these moments extend. In the quiet, hear the clock tick tock. Words won't stop, but we'll walk the walk. Dream a little till the next talk. Out of time, let's unlock. Turn the volume down low, my friends. This chatter's come to an end. Till we gather again and again. Let these moments extend. In the quiet, hear the clock tick tock. Words won't stop, but we'll walk the walk. Dream a little till the next talk. Out of time, let's unlock. Turn the volume down low, my friends. This chatter's come to an end. till we gather again and again. Let these moments extend. We signed in with open minds. Now we drift on the book of fine. Page by page until we bind. Sweet goodbyes, let's unwind.